today on the Project Webtoon podcast. This is your boy Sheriff.
This is
today.
exactly.
We got the homie Sleepy, and then we got the other homie Ark. Take it away, Sleepy.
Well, thanks for at least someone keeping on track with us. Oh God.
That's not my job.
It should be.
No.
All right, Jimmy, you're gonna do the openings from now on when this happens. God damn it. So bad at this, but as always, and as our homeboy down there just give out all of our names. What's up with y'all? How y'all doing this week?
I'm doing pretty good, man.
You doing pretty good? Not a lot that we got from this week, but we did pick up some other series.
We got hiatuses.
We got a lot of hiatuses from last week, but
And we got one hiatus from this.
Oh, that's right. Yep, we got one more hiatus from this week. But we did pick up where we are currently figuring out which ones to swap out with. But we did get some new ones and some good ones that we found that are pretty interesting to possibly put up on the list. So looking forward to getting down to those ones. But what we do have for this week, we do have some good stuff to cover, especially over in Peerless Dad Land. that drop. And a lot of questions answered we got from Solo Leveling as well. So hopefully we
Wingdings. I don't know what you're talking about. There was no explanation.
There were tons of explanations, and it's all Wingdings, my mother man. It's all Wingdings, my man.
The Wingdings have taken over.
Also, it was even weirder because that chapter, like, it would take less time to type out a few Wingdings than type out.
Then actually type the word Wingding. Since we were having so much fun with that, let's actually go ahead and let's dive into these chapters to see if we can get beyond just the opening intro here. I'm actually going to start off here right into it with our big man, Descent of the Demonic Master from this week, these last 2 weeks here. Big Dog sat down with the new, well, not new, but current interim head that's trying to take over for the assembly right now. After our last chapter with the previous head that he rescued. But yeah, so I instantly noticed the trope right away of the guy comes in and instantly goes, "I don't believe you did what you did. I know what they told me, that you took out a bunch of our guys, but looking at you, I don't believe that." And we get another back history of showing our MC doing his thing right away with the it's been a while, the whole illusion mind power
thing,
which we haven't really seen that come out on anybody since the very beginning, when he used it on the one bully, and he basically drove him insane. So
the break of death.
Yeah, so it was good to see that power come back out. Just that subtle reminder that evil grip is still in there.
That's why he was in public.
I mean, but it's
physically do anything.
Well, he didn't have to. It doesn't look like he did anything to the kid supposedly either, because he told him that he tells him like all these stuff that he told to like the cops, but he said like, no, there's like video footage of him all the way across town. So it doesn't seem like he actually has to physically do anything to anybody to basically harm them mentally. But yeah, these last couple of chapters were more a setup for what's to come, for sure. Because we got, what was it?
The old man, he's like, hey, how's he doing in business? He's real good at it. What? No, he's supposed to crawl back to me and ask me for help. No, he's real good at it for some odd reason. Like, just luckily good at it. It's fine.
Yeah, like he has no
And then,
problem.
Because of the TV appearances and the girl.
And then we get basically the secretary's like, yeah, I know I'm not physically strong. I'm not good at any of this, but I will follow you to the ends of the earth now because
Yeah.
nothing else would interest me ever again.
He
After
basically
knowing you can like do crazy ass martial arts shit that I've never seen before, and like apparently risking my life is
he basically
worth the
gets
thrill.
he basically gets someone to pledge their allegiance to him more than anything, which is not something. Once again, another thing to his character is not something he supposedly dealt with before, even though he's
No, they pledge allegiance. It's just like this is like wholehearted like.
well
oh,
this is
no,
like
yeah.
this isn't based on solely just out of like we're joining you because you're the strongest or you have the most power. This is
Nah,
like
we just like you.
no, yeah, this is clearly like, we've done some very dangerous shit together, and I don't understand his level of danger. Being the very first adventure he went on, they ran into the Yakuza, and he straight up threatened them. But
Almost got the blicky.
yeah, but he was like, I'm not gonna find anything else in life as exciting as what I've been through in these last couple of months with you. So I'm fully on board. So, granted, it pretty much just tells us he's gonna be a stick around character for sure. But it was nice that we get another outside character, not just the main character, like having his own moment. That was actually pretty cool seeing this, and I'm kind of wondering if we're going to get those things from some of the other ones. Granted, I think they kind of have already done that.
Yeah, we got one for the trap friend. What's his name? The one that the one that takes care of
that takes care of the orphanage.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that
He
and
had his
then,
own little moment.
and then also the
And then we had one
the
for
army.
the military
the
guy.
military guy. So, so he's kind of slowly but steadily building his own personal team there. Granted, he hasn't called them on them as much yet. I'm kind of hoping in a later chapter that will occur, or he may even like get the idea to train a few of them in some of his techniques.
Which would be pretty cool to see because, like, as the secretary announced, he's like, yeah, I'm gonna learn kendo, bro. I got this.
And he's like, no, that's not going to do anything.
He was so proud of
Exactly,
it too.
but
He
still.
was so proud of his kendo skills. Like, yeah, I can help. Like, you don't know what you're getting into. But
Oh, he's a ride or die. You
yeah,
feel me?
that's true. With that coming in, and then also now with him setting plans to basically get or help
Raid.
this other dude get the assembly on, take over for the assembly, but him basically first getting help to raid on the the Young Nam group. Right now, we've got like that whole thing in the bag, but also from the previous chapter, the setup that the old man's apparently going to be doing. Like I don't know if he's like going to be pulling some extra strings, but he made it seem like he was planning something just because he is a demonic cultivator, which seems to be at least around the entire collective for the martial art world that is just pretty much strictly
the OGs look down on demonic cultivation.
Yeah.
But
Demonic
like
practitioner.
as we've seen, like the Yongnam group didn't care, and because like they're filled with like young people, that they're like, yeah, whatever works, whatever gets the thing done, and including the guy who is looking to take over the assembly, he's like, yeah, I know this guy's a demonic cultivator, but whatever fucking works is literally what his like the mentality is from like the from the
well, yeah,
old
from the
school
old
group.
heads to,
Yeah.
but also it seems like none of the young heads have like had to deal with it, so they don't have that same level of fear with what it could eventually become. Granted, the only other person that they've run into was a Stray, and they were able to keep him some level of contained. So,
He wasn't a stray. They forced him to learn that.
well, I mean, he was, but a Stray, as in the fact, like, when they went to go and get him, he killed those two guys. Like, straight
Yeah.
up. I'm just saying, but they don't fear it in the same level because they've never met someone who's truly mastered it, or at least had enough control with it. They've only met the one psycho. So, and they didn't, even then, they were like, well, we kept him locked up most of the time, so how big is this of a problem really to deal with? And, that's where the heads probably know better. because they have that actual knowledge of the past, of how deadly this can be if it's in the hands of someone who truly gets it. Which I'm still waiting to see what those swords really can do.
So far, we just seen him hack and slash.
I mean, he those were all toothpicks to him. He didn't really even need those swords. He just wanted them to get their fill of blood because it's been so long. But yeah, so these 2 chapters, just that setup for what's to come. And I'm guessing with that next one, hopefully we'll skip right over into that raid on the assembly, or not the assembly, but the Young Nam group, to see what they got. Because we don't know, to be precise, we did get like one small history with Astray, and that someone forced him to become the demonic cultivator. So there's a book out there that has this knowledge, but we don't know who holds it. But we at least know it's somebody at the Young Nam group. So I'm wondering if he might come across that, and that might be his old teachings, maybe.
It might not just be his. It might be the guys who betrayed him.
Oh yeah, it could be that too. But granted, I figured that the guys that betrayed him, they're the reason that the current martial world is like it is, how it is now. They pretty much put a stop to it.
It was always like, hey, we don't like demonic cultivation, period. Like that's usually how the sentimentality against it is always.
Well, I mean, the biggest one to betray him was his right hand. So he was himself was a demonic cultivator.
He was also a demonic cultivator though.
But that's what I'm saying. I figured that they would be, because of that, they would be the ones to like instill like, no one, there should be no cultivators going forward. So they would destroy all knowledge of it, or at least securely lock it away. Yeah, or lock it away in some manner. That would just be my only guess to how that whole setup will work, the way the world's kind of going. But yeah, anything else you two wanted to bring up on that one that I probably missed?
No, we missed nothing.
Okay, okay. Just making sure. We'll go ahead, we'll move on here over to our next one. Down into the Kingdom of Fails with FF Class Trash Hero. Ark, how you feeling? I know you were just so excited to watch Sig get his ass handed to him. I kind of
that was like
you were just
that was the
so
most satisfying
smiley.
thing I've ever seen, bro.
Y'all were just probably smiling just ear to ear when you watched just
honestly, I was. It was just satisfying to see Sig get his shit kicked in. And Han
kicked him in. He was like, "You idiot! You are the biggest idiot ever. How did you allow the elves to do this? I
can't believe you done this."
Was pussy that good? Is basically what that was. And it was like,
I mean, who said Sig was getting any? He wasn't having that kind of harem. And plus, he already completed some of the tasks that he wasn't able to do. He actually got the elf. He got
A+, everything else.
I mean, yeah, Sig had a great reputation. He actually got the elf princess to like him. So, I mean, he was already completing things that even Homeboy couldn't do. But of course, as always, yeah, that whole fight just goes down, and he just breaks down exactly how Sig's abilities are working and how he can even beat a higher class monster, but it didn't matter.
He's like, oh, your sword is powered by the power of friendship. Let me
remove the friends.
Yo, he just straight up one shot at them. It was like nothing. It was amazing.
He killed all the waifus. What's up, man? Come on.
They ain't no waifus. They were trash.
They were all thoughts.
Exactly. Be gone. What?
They were like, I was not expecting that. I was not expecting to be like, oh, you're powered by friendship. Let me take care of that for you.
I mean, he sees it all objectively, so it makes sense.
And the way Hansu just immediately like counters the automatic sword.
Yep.
So good.
He knows exactly how the sword works.
Because
pretty much.
He's used it
before.
He was like, all right, I'll figure this out. You know.
Super simple. So Sig goes down pretty hard, very easily, and right away he decides, all right, well, time to end this run and head straight to the demon lair. Of course, as always, we get the Elf Queen there doing her thing, And
Chilling with the Demon King.
and yep, they exchange some words. He very specifically asks more about the history of the sword and what it had to do with Ulululu. And the Demon King basically goes, okay, we don't have time for talk. I'll tell you if you beat me. And he's like, we don't have to do that. You could just tell me and then I can kill you so we can get this over with. But he does easily just straight up dust the king, as always, because, you know, levels don't matter to him. And the only thing he tells him is, you need to go talk to the dragon that you slayed 2 rounds ago.
Is it that dragon?
Yeah, he says
it
was the shadow,
the Ghost King
the
dragon.
Ghost King dragon.
Yeah.
Abilities.
Yep. So,
If you present the sword to him, you'll find the truth. And he was like,
okay,
no.
pointless.
Oh, god damn it! I gotta go back to that guy again. Oh.
Just pointless. But yep. And as we thought, he gets his rating again, and whatever the system is basically tells him, nope,
Hey,
you did this wrong.
He's not triple F this time. It was only double F.
It was only double F.
Triple F was for the reputation last time.
Yeah, it was
This
for the
time around, it was
reputation.
for
He got it.
characteristics.
Yeah, he got a A+ for reputation this time. But yep, starts him all the way over again, and he restarts it with Sig. But this time,
Sig
immediately knows he's
fucking hates him.
immediately knows he's a piece of shit. And yep, he starts off pretty much starting crazy. So I'm not sure how this next run is gonna go, but I'm probably guessing he's just taking the easy dark path right away.
Honestly, I feel like for this next round, he's just literally gonna be like, I'm just gonna walk over there, kill the Demon King, and call it a day.
I mean, I think this time.
Because honestly, if he
he's gonna
just
go-
did that, nothing would ever happen. He would just pass.
I mean, I don't know. I'm pretty sure this time he's probably just gonna run straight to the ocean again, get the sword, and then go present it to the Ghost King or the Ghost Dragon to figure out what the hell that means.
Probably fight Lulu for the second time.
Yep. And I'm gonna guess Sig, since he's 100% against him now, he's definitely gonna pretty much try to rally the entire both kingdoms
Kingdom
against him. Not just the human kingdom, but also the elf kingdom. He's probably gonna try and get them both against him.
Man, I would have just punched him in the fucking face and be like, do you see what I had to suffer through? What? I've done this so many fucking times. All right.
I mean,
Bro, if
I
he
can
just
go
straight up
home.
looked at Sig and went, this is the 5th time I'm done. This is the 4th time I'm doing this now, man. I'm trying to go home.
and Sig's probably gonna go,
immediately
you
lock
cut off
Sig
my
away."
arm. You cut my arm, you bastard.
I'd be like, yo, this guy's evil. Put him in the dungeon.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, so
I
now
just-
the 4th round starts.
The 4th run starts.
He's got to go and get his levels again.
I mean, not really. He doesn't
Before
really
fighting
need
the
him.
Arc Mermaid.
I wonder if he's gonna do the same bullshit thing he did before to gain those levels quickly, but we'll see. I don't know if he's gonna have Lenovo on his side, just because like right away she was like, I think he's gone mad. That was like the first lines on the new run. But yeah, he definitely seems like he's extra out there this time.
No, he's about to wild out. It's over. It's done.
Yeah. I mean, he
At this
can go.
point, he's just gonna play the game for fun.
This is like Groundhog's Day, where it's like you get that one where you go do everything you couldn't do before. I would have just gone and killed everyone. This
Yeah,
one run.
just gonna
And
do
then
the
be
one
like-
run, just murder.
And then they were like, "Why would you do this?" I'm like, "I need you to blow off steam. You could just reset it anyways. Okay, it's fine."
Going back in anyways. It don't matter.
No.
Are you gonna let me go home? No. Then
Art-
you're gonna reset it anyways.
Art,
so
have you-
shut the fuck up.
Have you watched Old Red versus Blue?
Yes.
Okay, this is that run where Church is doing is re-meeting all his past selves, and he just gets to that
Yes.
one. He gets to that one who's just like, I just started murdering everybody. I figured it would help. And then one of
Pretty
them's
much, dude.
yep, he's gonna get that. He's gonna meet that version of himself now. All right. So for this one, any more guesses? Any more ideas we got for the next season for this?
No, this isn't something you can predict. Like honestly, it's that's why we couldn't predict him killing off like Sig's party, because that's that's how the power of friendship works apparently. So like I have no idea really. It's so well and good. Like I don't know.
So well set up.
Man, fucking Seaga's just gonna go drive into madness.
I mean,
That's why I said this is the one run you go and kill everyone. It's perfectly fine.
Just perfectly.
You already know that you're gonna fail anyways. And I'm like, you know what? Fine. I'm just going to like go kill everyone.
And he's
There's
got
no
two
problem.
Triple S class abilities now.
Yep.
He could just go rummage through everything. You see that dragon over there, man? He's gonna die. It's fine.
This is how, and now fuck this, because I'm gonna cheat. Oh, you're
This
so
is-
strong. Oh, you're
And
dead.
then this is the run in which you beat up the Demon King, but you don't kill him.
You don't
that
kill
you
him, you
become
just-
the Demon King because the Demon King has to survive in order for the world to continue. And then
Yeah.
you become the Demon King, and then have Sing try to fight you. You're like, dude, you can't beat me. Okay, I am the ultimate evil now. And then just watch as the gods are like, oh, what do we do about this one?
I
Maybe-
don't know
The
how to
amount of
handle
abilities
this.
he stacked up at this point, man, the gods can't even do anything.
They really
Yeah.
can't.
They can't.
I mean, outside of reset him back to level 1.
He already
No, but it
fought a
doesn't-
fucking god. We see
They
this.
they can't stop him because the one skill prevents his stuff from being
Well,
actually
it prevents his
forgotten.
skills and his memory from being forgotten, but it does lower his level back to 0. That's
It
the
only
only
lowers his
thing.
stats, but he doesn't care about stats. 'Cause
I
he's
mean,
like,
they don't
yeah.
mean anything. He knows he can just basically bypass this. He's the ultimate bug player,
And
more
plus,
than
like,
anything.
with his abilities being so strong, he just doesn't have to worry about it. Even
True.
at level 1, he can just poison anybody.
Yep. His
Let me
poison,
Punch
just spit at
anybody,
you.
dead.
You're dead.
yeah, he pretty much can poison anything, and he can punch anybody into oblivion. So
Has a double S destruction ability too. Like
I
he's already the most OP being around. He can just go fight the gods that are holding him in place.
I mean, if he can actually reach them, since they still seem to have some effect over him.
Oh, I guarantee he's gonna reach him. And once he figures out the abilities of the sword,
This
he's just gonna be able to
he's
reach
just
him.
gonna
It's done.
yeah.
That's what I'm gonna predict is gonna happen. He's gonna figure out what's gonna go down with the sword and be like, "Oh, I can slay a god with this. I bet."
Oh, well, we'll have to see how that comes out. All right. Well, let's keep moving on here from one of the trashy heroes, hopefully to a new godly hero in the God of High School. The current 2 chapters we've got from that. Okay, I liked the last chapter. I was confused by the one that came after it.
The one that just came out.
Yes.
It's like I don't know why it's doing this.
The
why he's
roles
writing
have
this way.
reversed.
I was.
That last chapter, it was fine.
It was fine. No,
Okay.
I will.
Yeah,
I
it
will
was cool.
stop.
We got to learn about the dragon.
Yeah,
king
we
and
got to.
shit,
I will
you
stop
know.
right there. I would have definitely going to. I figured that was going to be some hate because we were getting a bunch of information, and I was like, the story, like, we're right at the end. Why are we getting all this new information? But I was fine with it because I was like, everything is at least contained. We're focused on Moridan here. We're explaining about Yule and then why we can't remake it, and now we got to go through this whole thing. I'm like, okay, I'm fine with this. I can focus here. We get to that next chapter, and they start doing this weird jump between people, and I was just like, wait, when did we sidestep to this other thing? What happened? There was like no transitions for me.
The one part that really bothered me about the news chapter was when what's her name?
Mira.
Mira?
Where Mira was doing all this stuff, and then Amnesia Daiwi was like, "Oh, I'm looking for her now." I'm
Well,
like,
that's what I'm saying.
Wait. I was like, "How did you find out about her? Where? What? I'm so confused."
That was like they did a transition. I'm like, wait, when did we go to him? And wait, why does he remember now? What happened to the whole village thing?
What's the whole amnesia thing going on here about?
I thought he had an Amazon waifu. Like, why did he just suddenly be like, "Oh, I have to go look for this girl now"? I was like, but wait, you don't even know who she is. You're like, I'm just gonna go look for her anyways. Like, I don't know
I
why.
didn't hear about the White Saints.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why are you doing this? You're still supposed to have amnesia. Why?
Man, the roles have reversed heavily now.
Very much so. And I thought that Mira was blind, but now it's just back to regular.
She's got
glass-
she's got the regular
she's got
glasses.
the glasses again.
One
and
eye, bro.
One eye. I'm like, oh, okay.
Does she remember who she is?
Not.
No.
She
I thought it
remembers
was just-
some things.
I thought it was revealed that she always knew who she was.
No, because she didn't know who Daiwi was. That was the thing.
Like all she
She-
knew was
no,
like she was a
She,
blade.
She knew she was a blade. She knew that she didn't like him for some reason, but it was because of some weird memory. And that's why the little one was there. Because that was supposedly like the replacement, and that's why he looked like him. So, and now she has the full memories back, but it's still a little, some confusion there for me.
I am so confused.
It's kind of hard to explain. Yeah.
It jumped so much. Like, we get her walking in, getting food, and then like the next thing we know, it somehow showed up and started eating.
Yeah.
Like fighting her. I'm like, where did they come from?
Yeah, I didn't understand like when that was occurring, because I understood the part where the kids get back to the village and, you know, they're about to be punished for eating 2 loaves, and then she shows up because I'm guessing she's followed. But then when the whole thing happens, when the like top hat dude shows up, and I'm like, wait, is that the guy that she was about to like lay hands on? And then it wasn't, and then he was just tied up, and I was like, wait, but
Go about it. I'm so confused. The last chapter was so good. This chapter was just
No.
What?
The last chapter was better. I wouldn't say it's amazing. It was
we didn't say amazing.
better than like it was just better than what we've been having. And then immediately just like turned away from it. And I was like, what? But why? we were making progress. I thought you were actually listening to criticism and we were making progress. But no.
But
you
no.
blew it, bud.
Yeah. So hopefully we'll get back to a better chapter in the next one. We'll see. But yeah, I'm gonna move us on from there over to our next one with the latest episodes. Back down to the underworld in Lore Olympus. Homeboys telling some stories. We're getting a whole lot of stories.
We're getting a whole lot of backstory of Hades and
Persephone.
his
And
parents.
Persephone, yeah.
As well as Persephone too.
Yep.
We had Persephone reveal the truth to
She finally
Hades,
revealed the truth to Hades, what really occurred.
and that the Helios scene was like seen from above, right? So he did see her going rampage.
Yes, but it
But
wasn't
he didn't know what was
in the
going
manner
down.
like the way that he was describing it, or at least the way that, well, we don't even know if he exactly described that to Mint and the group. They may have just overplayed that because they wanted to be dicks about it. But he did see a rampage occur, but it was her trying to help the situation, but her powers were out of
It
control.
ran out of control, yeah.
So,
And then we have it where now we have Hades, you know, try to talk to her through the library.
yeah.
The confessions.
the confusional
confessions stand.
the ever so joyful switching. I need a change of scenery because I don't feel quite in my element right now to be able to, and just him bouncing between places. And then just making it to a library where they're just like slide the book over. But yeah, we finally get a dive into more of Hades' psyche and his trauma that he's experienced, which, of course, if you know the history of the gods, it's kind of easy to see where he comes from for this. I think they do mention for the fact that Hades is the firstborn. He is the oldest of the 3. And
No, he's not.
I'm pretty sure he was.
Poseidon is.
No, because they said that Poseidon was he was swallowed after, I believe, in the story. He says for here.
Was it? I thought I read it like Poseidon was in there longer than Hades.
No, I thought he said that he was in there longer, and that's why Poseidon, when he got out, he was able to adjust
Recover
and get over it
faster?
faster
Mhm.
because he hadn't been in there longer than him.
Yeah, Hades was stuck in there for like 13 years, while Poseidon was probably in there for like a couple.
Yeah. So that was the difference, I believe, that because of that thing, and also he said that I think he said like at one point he seen his parent, his dad was like actually slightly decent. At some point he didn't see it much, but he was kind of okay, and the fact that, you know, he was Rhea was able to like persuade him not to eat him for the longest amount of time. Whereas like right after, he pretty much just, you know, gobbled them up the moment that, you know, they were born. He'd get rid of them.
No, I just reread it. Kronos had consumed Poseidon at an older age.
At an older age. I really read it as that he had consumed him prior to Hades, and that's why he was able
No,
to.
I think how that it reads is like he ate Hades at a young age. So like he was inside of Kronos for like 13 years from like a child up, whereas Poseidon was eaten as a young adult.
Yeah.
So when he was able to escape, then he had already been he's not as traumatized because he's not like.
Well, he experienced a little bit more on the outside than
Hades.
Than Hades.
Then just
did.
the fear of your dad trying to eat you every single day.
Well,
Yes.
yeah, that, and you know, just being separated from his mom as well. But and also when he was being rescued, out of all of them, Hades also got the extra infliction that his dad bit down on him as he was clawing out, and that's why he has the scars on his body compared to the others. So he's just constantly, anytime he sees himself, he's reminded of that period. So
We also got the scene in which like what's his name?
Hermes.
Hermes had the talk with Thanatos, and he was like, what if she is his type? And then that was just like, no, that can't be right. He sees them together, and then now he's like, oh no, I was wrong.
I was
Bro, I'm
Shit.
about to get fired. My life is done.
Yeah, I mean, the moment he finds out exactly who told this, he's probably gonna go on a little bit of a war path. But yeah, so nice to see this, like this nice moment of them both sharing, you know, their own personal stories of what's occurred. Yeah, now that we see Thanatos basically recognize his own incoming fail,
his fuck up,
his incoming fuck up, as it is before. Granted, didn't he scream? I don't forget if it was Hermes. Hermes, because we saw it was Hermes screaming that, but he was screaming that at all of them, wasn't it? He was screaming at Thanatos and Minith and what's her name, right? Was that the
Thetis?
That was the
other nymph.
I'm trying to remember the. Was that the flashback that we were being shown, or was he just in the office with Thanatos when he was screaming that again?
No, he was yelling at the three of them.
Okay. I'm trying to make sure, because he was like screaming that at all of them, and that's when they see them both like walk by. But he does straight up though. He does when Hermes comes to meet Hades. Hades basically goes, "You can go tell your boss." No. Yes, I have Persephone. No, I'm not giving her to him. So
my brother can eat my fucking ass. That's what he said.
He pulled out the big dick energy.
Yeah. But I don't know who's
I feel
gonna.
like we're gonna lose you again. I'm just letting you know that.
Yeah, it's fine. I don't know who's gonna have the bigger dick energy here, since you know one of them is the hero of all the gods. He did save them from Dad and all the other Titans, or at least started the war. And yeah, and it kind of has an ego problem, a very big ego problem. So, granted, he's afraid of his son. And his son does, I think, kind of like Persephone, at least enough to admit his faults. So we'll have to see. But yeah, I'm hoping with the next chapter we'll get that conflict between either Hades and Zeus, and he'll finally stand up to his brother and at least tell him how shitty he's been pretty much all his life. Or this will be we'll move over to some other characters and we'll get some pickup from them, because I'm sure Minith and what's her name are going to want to cover their ass in some way, since I don't know if
Big time.
Yeah, since well, it wasn't actually, well, they told Zeus didn't buy anything out of it, but it wasn't until what's his name?
Helios with Apollo.
Well, no, yeah, with Apollo. It wasn't until Apollo actually brought him in and started talking in his ear that he decided to take action against everything that was going on. So I don't know who he'll connect the dots with. He doesn't at all seem the smartest, but I'm definitely sure Apollo's gonna pull some shit here in a minute and probably hurt somebody else or get someone else caught up in some stuff. I am kind of waiting to see Hera actually make her big entrance and lay the smack on one of them.
On Apollo?
If it's not, I don't know if it'll be Apollo.
Apollo.
Man,
Zeus,
I want to
on
see
them all.
someone just needs to slap the shit out of Apollo. Okay, be like
Just
He
slap
need
the
to
shit
run
out.
hands with his ass.
Just slap the shit out of him. I think he deserves a little more than that. Just a little bit more. These are the
Run him
gods.
over
we're
with your
talking-
car heat.
Yeah, these are the gods we're talking about. We can do a little bit better than just somebody get some slaps.
Send him to the pit of Tartarus for all I care. God damn.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, he can spend some time with Karen.
He doesn't deserve to live.
We're gonna give him the bird punishment forever. But yeah, I liked those 2 chapters. I'm ready for the next one. I am keeping myself back from reading ahead because I know I will all the way. I've got a few extra coins. I know I can read ahead. But yeah,
Use those for hardcore leveling warrior.
yeah, we'll see.
no, not that. That's a bad thing.
No,
Such a
I'm using
bad
it for
story. I
that.
hate that.
I use it.
character.
I'm using it for boxer. That's good.
Dude, no, Boxer is such a good story. Oh.
We'll get on that one later. But anything from Lore Olympus U2, I would have bring up on that. Nope.
No, we're good.
Got everything. All right. We'll move on here to our next one. Some big hot one as we got with Peerless Dad. Some knowledge was dropped, and not just some good knowledge.
Knowledge.
But knowledge. Now meets Grand Mama. And by grandma, I mean
Mama.
Grandmaster. He, in the previous episode, the group is talking and they're like, "Oh, he's with what did they call her? Mama." They just call her
Nama.
Nama. He's with Nama, and they're like, "Oh, he's with Nama. He's with Nama. Oh, he's done." And I'm like,
It's over.
I'm like, what's that supposed to mean? And I'm like, of course, it's the elderly, and you know the elderly are always dangerous in any form of manga or webtoon. But when she starts breaking it down, she's like, I've noticed this power before. I've seen this. Why don't you? It's like you.
No, it's not even that. She's like, why would you fuck up what your master did? Because he finally finished it. And he's like, what? Yeah. Don't do that. Don't do that thing that.
Well, she's like,
whatever.
clearly, I can see. I saw for a second your abilities come out. I saw for a very brief moment, and I'm guessing it's because of what the Iron Demon or the Metal Demon that you just fought. It's his influence, I'm guessing, that caused it. But why would you do that? Why would you even mess up with it? And he's just like, what are you talking about? Wait, what? And when she reveals the whole thing, she's like, how would you not notice what your master was trying to do? And she goes, what do you mean? What would you know what my master is going to do? It's like, who
This is
the
the
fuck
part
do
where-
you think taught him?
This is the part where she has like 2 slices of bread, puts it between his head, and he's like, "You're an idiot sandwich." And he's like, "I'm an idiot sandwich." Right? Like,
I was gonna bring that up. Oh
No.
man. That's like the first thing I thought of when I saw that scene.
The idiot sandwich.
idiot sandwich.
I'm an idiot sandwich.
The Gordon Ramsay idiot sandwich.
God. I was thinking the Futurama scene. Just matters badass grandma. But yeah.
I'm just a granny who makes the food.
I just make the food. I like that she does keep saying that over and over to him. Just, I make the food. I don't do anything else. But yeah, that scene of his master and their friend in the boat where they're just sailing
when
along.
she tells the story of the
When she
bloodless
tells-
duo.
Yes, and the idea that they're both they fought vainly to never actually see a drop of blood, and then she asked him, and she's like, "Well, if you had to fight somebody, how would you beat them without having to ever see a drop of blood?" And he goes, "Well, I'd probably crush, some internal organs, or I would, break some bones, and then the fight would be over." He's like, "Well, these two are way better at it than you." And they show that little history of them, like the water dragons, and they're just standing on their heads. Oh, it's like, will they drown? He's like, I don't care as long as they don't get my feet wet. But yeah, in the most weirdest places of getting some of this history, for sure.
Oh,
But
big time.
what's up? Oh yeah.
I said, oh, big time.
Yeah. But yeah, just the random old lady that we meet that apparently, I don't know if she's like the secret sect leader of the blood, or not the blood, but of the Blade clan, since they don't seem to want to fuck with her, but they all recognize something about her.
Probably
I'm guessing.
previous head.
Maybe that she's the previous head, or she's possibly the one that started it. Potentially.
We'll find out. It's fine.
Well, if they
We'll
decide,
probably get that next time.
if she decides to go into that kind of history, I'm sure that now is going to probably be more interested in hearing about his master and the goal that he had with the way that he taught him. I'm sure she'll probably she'll call him an idiot again when he goes, well, didn't he leave you some information? And he just goes, yeah, but
My kid pissed on
she just idiot sandwich again. But yeah, so yeah.
You think he's going to admit to her that I don't know what Master was trying to teach me because my kid's pissed on my fucking book, and I was just trying to learn from him because I thought it was the same thing.
It looked so
No,
familiar.
it's not the same thing, you motherfucker.
It
You
looked
dummy.
so familiar. I just didn't know. Please don't beat me. I wonder if she may continue the training. What if she continues the training with him though?
That'd be good development for Warrior No to get stronger and eventually face that
Or what if she's like, oh well, he only got you partially to the beatings. Now I'm gonna show you what the real beatings are like.
This is where the real training
Yep.
begins.
And she just whoops his ass. Lays him out.
It's gonna be one of those anime moments where the main character just gets tossed around completely. He gets up, he's like, I ain't done yet.
I can still go, and his face is just in the dirt. It's not over yet. I think I'm good. Take a break. I think you need it. You're just being soft on me. I don't know. I don't know if we'll get a continuation with this, or we'll make a jump back and we might see what the kids are doing, since there's still a lot of setup from there that's still going on.
Then they're starting to make setup for the for Frog here as well.
Oh yeah, we
Because,
gotta
like, this dude wants to hard like all these bandits or whatever to try
Yeah,
to go take over the area.
I was gonna say, I was wondering if that was gonna lead us into a story with Uncle, possibly, because yeah, we have a new not a new sect, but a new group trying to basically move in and take out the mercenaries that are in place that have been kind of running the underground. And
I feel bad for these guys.
yeah, they're gonna catch it. They're gonna catch it real bad. But I'm sure that they want to keep themselves at least slightly hidden, because they're trying to not make too much of a splash with what's going on in the Heavenly Dragon clan right now. We know that they've got some inner turmoil, especially there. And also, Sister we still haven't gotten any more information about Sister wanting to basically retire. So I don't know what's gonna happen with that either. But yeah, so a lot of little irons in the fire right now, that story bits that we definitely got to get caught up with. And I don't know where we're at with potentially going on hiatus, because I know the holidays are coming up, and usually this is the time they end up wanting to take a couple-week break. And this has been, we're on 105, 155, if I'm correct, for chapters. And I don't think there's been
163.
Oh, sorry, I'm thinking of something else. We're that far ahead, but we haven't had any breaks for them yet. So I'm kind of wondering when the season is gonna suddenly stop here. And
No, 151. You're
okay, yeah, I was right. All right. So yeah, I'm just wondering when they might take a break here for the season to end out. Not to mention, we've got now's like actual true adversary showing up again, and we know who he directly is. So yeah. Anything on that I probably missed for that one, you two? How about you, Ark? No? All good? All right. We'll go ahead. We'll move on here to our next one with big old Enso's Law. Not too much from this. Basically, a nice continuation of the previous chapters with our good girl Ham Dial getting basically called out in the middle of class about a more or less chat room, an anti-Euro Yang chat room. And her classmates come into the defense, standing up for her, basically breaking down like how everything this girl is spouting is straight bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
Which was like, yeah, like, but the trope of seeing how like a shitty rumor can start and everyone just kind of jumps in on it. But Ham Diana usually being like the smart one, like seeing all of this and being like, I can easily explain how she just kind of closes on herself again. But her friends, or at least new classmates, backing her up, going like how this is, none of that is like this. And pretty much the girl's just pretty much showing off like she is straight up the villain, like all the way. She even like tries to divert the situation as she starts losing it by picking on one of the other girls and telling her like, oh, your boyfriend is what is it? He was like hospitalized or something before he could come to school for a little bit. And she tries to like throw that at her as some weird shade, and I'm just like,
then she just brings up the whole thing like, you don't even know us.
Yeah,
who
like
the
what?
fuck?
Yeah, you don't know
Who do you think you
me.
are talking to me like that?
And I wanted to high five that girl so much, like, you don't know me, you don't know him. Who the fuck is you to talk about us? I was like, damn, verbal slaps down. But yeah, the girl just runs out of the room. She does make that comment. No apologies from her. But
her friends say sorry, but she still doesn't. She ends up playing the victim.
Yeah, she plays that victim card and runs out. But Ham Diana does make the comment about, which we said too, Sarah, that Rudad just he just doesn't say a thing the whole time. He's just completely silent. So
I feel like he's contemplating on figuring out who it is that's framing Danai.
Maybe that's what it is. He's secretly playing like, all right, I'm gonna have to do some detective skills real quick. I have to break some skulls before, but secretly, so no one knows.
I thought they were gonna do like a hackers episode, like the movie Inside.
I'm pretty sure that's where it's leading to with the way it ended, with her going to Golden Puppy, and him like, well, I can't do this. I can't break into this thing without being potentially like traced back to me and getting in trouble. But there is somebody I know that can, and he calls up his cousin's sister, or his little cousin essentially. And she's essentially gonna hack this chat group to figure out who started it. But yeah, so hopefully the next chapter is just basically a full-on hack the planet episode that we get to see.
I could just see the black and green screen now.
Hopefully it doesn't turn into another well, it probably will, but granted, I don't know if they'll do another secret thing behind Danai's back and try and get this girl to like basically expose herself and then, you know, get her into either a shit ton of trouble in some way, the same way they did with the bullies that nearly got Danai hurt from the bus or the car. So we know that boy is definitely willing to use his power for certain levels of evil, but specifically if it's for mom. So yeah, anything in those chapters there? Just more just set up. Ark, how about you? Anything you liked from that?
No, I'm fine.
No, you're fine. I. Okay, we'll move on here to our next one with the darkest of all the ladies, Mookyang. We only got one out of this one, but this one was a politics episode.
Yeah, it's definitely a setup for like the next arc where you definitely feel like we definitely see that there's fucking tension between the two countries.
Well, we already know there is. We don't know what it is, but we know there is. Well,
it's a religious thing, right? It's like, hey, just let us come through the country, and basically, it's like what is it? Missionaries, right? Because if they get free pass to go through the country, then they can start like setting up missionaries.
They can start spreading their word.
So that's what I definitely feel like that's the read. If not, then it's like, yeah, would you allow your enemy, an enemy country, to have access
to
anyways?
Yeah. Well, they're more saying it. Well, it's definitely. I don't know if the tension actually is because they see them as, you don't join our church, so therefore you're infidels, you're blasphemous. But they, he definitely saw. I can't remember his name, but he definitely saw it as that that this is potentially just a way more for them. Like, they're not doing this solely or trying to get this pass to see it just to get, we'll allow you to use the road, we're just going to use it for trade and, potentially religious beliefs. But this also gives you access to basically like put your troops on that on that road, and there's no way that we can police that or, you know, be able to fight against it if you have a direct path to our house, whereas the mountain separated us before, and that kind of kept things at a stable stalemate. But yeah, it was interesting to see like that political like balance act between them, where one side was trying to be like, oh, we crossed your borders, yes, we did something wrong, but we did it because the orcs were fighting and they're truly evil, and therefore we were, you know, God's will to cleanse the world of the evils within. And, you know, that back and forth with them, where they were like, yes, you did that, but this is also, what's up?
Knowing me, we all know that I would have a fucking problem with like religions already, but like I kind of have a problem whenever it's slightly cliche that the church is the bad guy some way somehow here. Because it's because this guy who's what, a bishop or something,
yeah,
was like,
he's like
kept on prodding the paladins who are also devout, and they're like, no, the paladins definitely saw like, no, we did it because it was the power of God, it was the will of God, and then
we're the swords of God.
The bishop kept on just like pushing it. It's like, no, let me push my agenda, and I was like, oh, it's gonna be one of these.
I mean, why not have like the church has kind of more power over the state? I mean, especially with medieval times, like that's a common, not a common.
Don't worry,
thing
Jimmy. He'll figure it out when he's editing.
Yep.
What happened?
Yes.
Oh,
what do you think happened?
Please don't tell me I cut out.
No, of course not.
Well, everyone will get to enjoy the robot mode. They'll think it's a feature. But yeah, it's definitely a little bit of a troped cliche that, you know, there is a power-driven religious group that's trying to take over or do something fucking wrong. But the fact that at least the knights that they have there didn't just completely go with it. Like, even though the bishop was trying to prod his own men to like back him, and they were like, yeah, no, we're the swords of God. We don't handle this level of politics where, you know, you're trying to spread or further push things. It's like our job is to fight the evils of the world, and the orcs are clearly evil. So it was nice to see like there was an actual pushback even on their side. They weren't completely going with it, where it usually would be that 1-to-1, like their side, them, and the other side, and that's how that fight generally tends to go out. Yeah, but we also, what else do we get from this? We also got Dark is, I don't know if he's secretly in the town.
Jimmy,
he's with Jimmy the other guy, but I don't know if he's in his town or if he's in the enemy town. Because he's at a bar.
Where he's at?
Yeah, he's at a bar.
In the Aryan Empire.
But I'm not sure where he's at. That was like the only slight confusion I had to the chapter.
Because his men were like, man, I had Dark here. Dark could at least be like, you son of a bitch, let me just overpower you. And like, we'd be done with this. Be like, he would just deal with it with power. It'd be perfectly fine.
Yeah.
But then Dark is like out and about, like spending a day with the civilians. Basically, right?
Yeah. But he seems to have some kind of goal. He's trying to do something. I'm just not sure what it is. But for this situation, he basically starts.
He's teaching the two that he exiled how to use their abilities. And then he figured out.
Well, he's trying to figure out what to use them for, because they're not able to learn his abilities to that extent. But he's like, they're useful for something, but he doesn't know what.
He doesn't know how to teach them.
Yeah,
because they don't completely understand it.
Them.
Yeah, so he's like, let me fucking like Thunderbolt Fantasy puppet you, like, and you're like, oh, is this what we're gonna do? Okay.
Thunderbolt Fantasy's on Netflix.
It is.
Oh, I did not know that.
Oh, no, not the other day.
Everyone go watch it. Go watch
it. It's amazing.
All recommendations. Even though we are getting off topic, go watch that.
Anyways.
Yeah, the whole I can actually force my abilities into you and I can puppet you now kind of thing. I didn't quite understand like what weird level, if this is like just an ability specifically to Dark, or it's just like these two are perfect for it because of who they are, kind of thing.
No, I think he's just discovering things that like he couldn't have done before, or at least wouldn't have thought about doing it before, because from where he's from, everyone knows like how to cultivate.
Yeah.
It's kind of like more common knowledge, but here it's like he's like I've only just barely touched how to teach them how to like gather energy at their centers, and I don't know how to like teach them to properly use it, as in like he's teaching them like, if you direct your energy this way, this is how you're supposed to use it, because people can't understand how to do it that way.
Yeah, and I mean they seem to be able to they seem to have like gotten some of the teaching to a degree, but they couldn't go further as the rest of the army was able to. So just the fact that they're now useful to him in this kind of form, like, I actually can just inject the energy into you and you guys will basically do what I need to. He strengthened their muscles, so like they took a punch and he's like, that didn't hurt. Yeah, so perfect level puppets, I guess. This will be interesting to see what Dark does with that.
Forcibly teaching them on how to utilize
their powers. Now the thing is,
they could become useful on the battlefield themselves without Dark having to puppeteer them.
Yeah, so I mean, if anything, they might be the perfect side agents to even control the mech suits, the higher ranked mech suits, since he can basically just force the energy they need to run them, and they wouldn't need to go through all the expert level training that the others are going to potentially have to go through to handle that. But we'll see how that is, and hopefully we'll also be told exactly where he's at and what he's trying to do. It would be interesting if he is in the enemy town, because I'm guessing none of them know about Dark yet. He hasn't really made his appearance, unless we'll keep going with that one. Anything else to talk on the Dark Lady?
No, nothing else.
Nothing else. Yeah, kind of surprised we only got one chapter. On my guess, we're gonna get one this weekend, probably. It'll pop up. But yeah, so hopefully that one won't jump to a hiatus here, since like everything else. But we'll see. Going on here to our last one, saving it for the biggest talk we've got here with Solo Leveling. Homeboy.
No. We should also talk about at least beginning it.
After the end.
Yeah,
after the end.
because that
Solo Leveling's a big chapter.
Yeah,
okay,
because
chapters are huge.
Because we should at least talk about beginning after the end, because this is where we have the hiatus for that. So we should at least announce that, right?
We should at least announce that.
We have a hiatus for beginning after the end. However, we did get one final chapter before that, and this chapter was about the basically kind of like, hey, just announcing that the next time we come back, we are actually starting school.
Yes, we will start the school arc. Is where we're gonna end. Is where we will pick up. But yes, it ended with Arthur meeting with the scientist, him discussing how quickly they were able to build the ship/device in order to make it across the ocean to the new land. But yeah, more or less just the explanation and just letting us know in the back of our minds, like, yeah, that's currently going on, but not going to be what the next chapter will most likely be about going forward for the next season. So yeah, we'll have to look to see what we'll replace this with in the meantime going forward. I don't know how long the break will be, since they did not state in a
I'm gonna assume another 3 to 4 month hiatus.
Yeah, they didn't state in an author's notes or anything. They just stated, hey, end of season. Okay. So we'll have to hopefully see and wait for that. We did not get a full-on image shot of all the princesses, at least specifically the Elven one, but we'll see where that goes. So anything,
I don't know why they're still hiding her face when, like, we know she's there.
They don't want us to show us what she actually fully looks like yet, I guess. I don't.
Why? It's not like he left her that long ago. Like, we're like, oh yeah, she looks that much different from when, like,
I mean,
did she get like poked in the fucking eye out or something? And like,
I mean, it's
like,
been,
I don't understand.
It's been
I think we could have seen her at least on the last chapter before
like,
the close.
hey, this
is the hiatus, and we see them we see her. We're like, oh, okay, cool, great. We
at least
know it's her. At least just show me who she is. Like, it's fine.
Nope.
Who, Tessia?
Yeah, Tessa. They didn't show us. We just got the side panel, like back side panel of her.
We see her hair, guys. I'm like, great. We know who that is.
We see her smile and everything. Oh, I miss her so much.
He's having such withdrawals.
And also in this chapter, we got to meet one of the professors of the Sirius Academy as well.
Oh yeah,
Yes.
the asshole.
The
who's
drunken
like,
asshole.
I'm a teacher. And then and then he's like, our main character. He's like, you know, I'm gonna get you fired. I can just like, just whisper a word and you'll be gone.
You'll be
like
gone.
That.
Yep. But instead, he's about to throw smoke with him.
I mean, he's gonna teach him a lesson, most likely, for sure. We'll have to see.
The student teaches the teacher.
The student teaches the teacher. Yeah, I see him teaming up with Lucas. He'll definitely be a favorite
An asset
student.
for Lucas.
Oh, more or less. There's always going to be one asshole teacher, and if this isn't it, this will be the perfect one. But yeah, so the setup for school is coming. We'll have to see how long it'll be, but I am excited for that. I will try and not read the light novel in between, even though I kind of want to, because yeah.
Even though a chapter it leaves off, bro.
Yeah, I
am veering toward down
the
that dark
itch.
path.
The itch is there. It's there.
I just want to see him at school.
I want the visual.
I've been waiting for so long.
But yeah. So we'll get back on that one, but we'll finally move over to the last one with Solo Leveling now, because talks gotta happen. And wingdings.
Many wingdings.
Many. So we left off with Homeboy, with Jinwoo in the he's not in a spiritual state. He's in his mind. He's basically being given a memory, and he's being shown this war that occurred. What looked
war between the angels and Silverclad.
Yes.
And the beasts. And
the angel class we don't know about at all. That was the first time we've seen or been informed of them. And I figured it was just the faction of dark versus light. That's what I kind of figured it was going on. But
no, it turned out to be a trick to kill the Shadow Monarch. That's what it was.
They were all actually against the Shadow Monarch, because then the Beast Clan shows up and they're against him as well. So I'm like, okay, this is interesting. I don't really know what's going on here entirely, but it completely goes all the way through with that, and then it jumps back into the real world where the administrator is basically just been walked in on by the Hunter Association, coming in thinking that they're there to save about to save Big Boy, and he straight up kills one guy, and he chops another guy's arm off, I think, and they're just down and out. They're getting heals, and he completely re-rose all of the stone golems again. They clearly weren't entirely destroyed, just damaged. And they basically come to the realization, like, we can't take him on. We need to go wake his ass
This was
up.
a mistake. We shouldn't be here.
We shouldn't be here.
And it was like, yeah, because you were told you shouldn't be here already.
Not to mention, you just had that whole panel right away of like, I feel death. Does anyone else feel death? I feel like we shouldn't go here. And he's like, nope, we got to do it. And I'm like,
Wu Jun Cho, bro. Oh,
If Wu Jin needed your fucking help, he would tell you he needed your fucking help. Okay, he's perfectly fine. Don't just leave him the fuck alone.
He'll figure this out.
Also, when the administrator comes to tell him, like, don't wake up the king and shit. I'm like, you know what? Maybe we just shouldn't be here. Just walk out.
Wait, the door's open. It's not closed. You could just go.
man, bro, the second I want to see that administrator, that big ass statue behind him, I'll be like,
nope.
Oh yeah, I walked in the wrong dungeon, Chief. I'll see you later. Give him a goodbye and bow deeply, and be like, all right, Jim, you on your own, cuz.
I thought this was a class F game.
I'm sorry.
I'm just gonna walk up this way. It's fine.
Man, I walked in the wrong dungeon.
I was like, ooh, I'm sorry. I took the wrong door. I'm not even supposed to be here. Bye-bye. Yeah.
Man, and they all felt the pressure of the dungeon too. They still wanted to fight. Like,
yeah, I don't know where that
like
courage came
Jinwoo
from.
walked in here. What are you gonna do? You background character ass,
Yeah.
fodder ass,
It's like, y'all.
S class, fodder, depression. That's all you guys are.
Like he didn't even wait for backup. He was
No,
just like,
he didn't.
I'm gonna go in and get him. And like, but why?
Do you see that
Why
flag
would
above your
you-
heads? It says
this-
NPC. You're nobody.
why would you want to
This
attempt to go help the strongest dude out here?
I don't know.
No, not even that. Not even that. Why would you even like risk your life for something where like you know it's a bad plan?
You know
Like,
it's just a bad
immediately.
plan. Immediately, it's a bad plan.
Let me just risk everyone's life here. Why? If at worst, if at worst, the main character dies in that dungeon, it's just like this. He was the only person that died in that dungeon. Okay, unlike you guys, where it's like, oh yeah, I brought like a dozen people with me and we all died instead. It's like, man, that's a terrible fucking plan. I don't know what you're doing.
You just
Especially when
wasted
the second
resources.
you walk in, you get hit with a laser beam.
Yeah, you just wasted resources.
Bruh.
You wasted the resources, man. Come on. But
Could
yeah,
have used elsewhere, but here you are being a dumbass.
yeah. I mean, the fact that they even start trying to take it, trying to fight out with the golems, and they're just like ineffective, straight ineffective. Like it's
You saw that one punch right
yeah.
there, bro?
He was just
No.
like, "What are you doing?"
That was a sign, because that fucking statue looked at Wu Jincho
yeah.
and was like, "Man, you were barking up the wrong tree, man."
I don't even know.
He
why
gave him
you
those
did this.
eyes
It's like,
when he punched him.
he's like, man, I felt worse. This is a prick, and it's coming back at you. Oh, yeah. So, after just watching them get completely just dusted here, just not even
And
a
they shouldn't
fight.
even added him in there. We
Shouldn't
just
even
kept
come
going
in.
with the memory.
Yeah, we jump back in with the memory. We see a little bit more, but very specifically, we see the I don't know. He's holding it, the king comes down on one of the. I don't know if it's a demon or if it's another lord, but he specifically asked him. He's like, "Why you betrayed me?" And
Demon
he
King
just,
Baron?
he, was it the Baron? Oh no.
That was Demon King Baron.
Oh, that was
That-
Baron.
That
Okay.
the Shadow Monarch was talking to?
Yeah. Oh shit. Okay. Yeah. He's just like, why do you betray me? And I don't know what that's.
We could have
supposed to
ended
mean.
up fighting today. Why have you betrayed me?
Wingdings.
It looked
And
like
then
Demon King
wingdings.
Baron was
And then
supposed
lots
to
of
fight
wingdings.
with many wingdings.
Wingdings. I'm just like, what? I thought it
Here,
was a
guys,
typo.
let me no, I thought the first one was typo too, and I was like, oh,
I thought it
and
was
then
a
the second
typo.
one,
And then the third
I was
one,
like,
and then.
Man, they should have
No.
just added in regular wingdings.
They should have. They should have, but I'm guessing this is supposed to be more on point to a joke for something. Either the memory is just imperfect.
If we find out that like this was like a joke
Oh, like a-
page or
oh,
something
like
to
a
fuck us
joke.
up, I'd be so mad. Like, why would you do this?
but they,
I
but
would
It's
laugh.
not April Fool.
but it's a joke page. Is it a joke page by the authors or a joke page by all of the mangakas? Got it. Like they all collab. Like we're just gonna fuck this up for everybody just to mess with folks. I don't know. It's really
You
weird.
wanted answers? Here's wingdings.
Here's Wingdings, bitch. I don't know what that was supposed to be, but it ends with him just like him taking off the mask, and it's Jinwoo's face underneath, and then he feels like he has two hearts, one shadow, one his. I don't know what that's supposed to symbolize for him, but all of a sudden he looks back and these even more elegant, I'm guessing, super tier angels descend from the sky. And I guess the real fight is supposed to start now. I don't know, but it does
No,
end.
but
It does
the
end
memory-
with,
the
the
memory
memory's
ends
complete.
there.
And
The memory's
there
supposed to
as
end
they
there.
show up.
I'm guessing like in the memory that's when the real fight was supposed to go, or that's where like nope, this is where it ends because
the original
he
Shadow
lost.
Monarch dies.
Yeah,
or
that's where he
something.
dies, and like nope, that's the completion. That's all you got because you died there. But yeah, so the download is complete. Sun is back. I'm pretty sure the administrator is probably gonna be like, "Hey, you're here, cool, bouncing." I've done the deed I needed to do. Now I will return to the shadows anew. Bye bye. I don't know.
I'm going back into the Shadow Realm.
Yep. You just see Kaiba show up, just like, what's up, bitch? I don't know. But yeah, so hopefully Sun will grab him and be like, what the fuck does wingdings mean, motherfucker? Tell me.
Wingdings? What are they? Wingdings?
I don't know.
See, that part confused me a bit because I'm reading it. I'm like, okay, so does Jinwoo know what they said? Does Jinwoo know what they said?
I don't know.
Up to that point, Jinwoo could understand everything was being said. So I was like, is the wingdings part just for the readers?
Or maybe it's an internal monologue for only him, like he could only see it. I don't know. That's why I said the symbols would have been better, because that might have gave me a little less of just a chuckle of what the fuck is this. I don't know. Maybe this is something in response to like the missing or last week, the previous episode being late or something. I don't know. But we'll have to see with going forward. Do we see in the next chapter it being just like everything just goes, I'm out, and then the dungeon just ends and he's just out of it? Or do we see him maybe getting some more answers from maybe the administrator?
Who knows?
No comment. All right. Well,
I am a light novel reader, so no comment.
Oh yeah, so you can't say anything. All right. Well, I'll just go ahead and I'll just be like, all right. Well, we'll see. I don't have any guesses right now. I gave my few little thoughts, but I'm not 100% sure. But with that, it does bring us to the end. Yes, it's a little bit shorter of an episode because a lot of these didn't have too many chapters come out, and we also have at least 3 that were already on hiatus and a 4th one that just went on hiatus. So we're gonna have to be running back here with some new ones. We've been discussing what we want to kind of pick up. Definitely, if you have some suggestions, put them down below. I would like to see if there's anything particularly that y'all want us to talk on more of. As we already brought out, The Boxer seems like it's high on the list potentially. For sure. If you're not reading that, definitely go do it. It's super fucking good so far. I have not found a single chapter out of that I haven't liked. Seraph, I don't know if you're reading The Boxer, are you?
Not yet.
All right, pick that up. It's really good. I'm actually really enjoying that. Okay. Straight up. But with that one having been all the way said, I will go ahead and turn it to our homeboy here for the closeouts.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, for watching episode 8 of the Project Webtoon podcast. If you guys leave a like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to hit that little bell down below so you can be notified whenever we upload. And also make sure to go follow our individual stuff like Twitter, the Spotify, Anchor, etc. Everything will be down in the link tree down below.
Yep.
And once again, thank you guys for sticking out this far. Much appreciated.
Thank you so much. We will have one more episode coming up before we're going to take a small break, but we'll let you guys know we will have some more things in between that just to hold us over as the holiday seasons ramp up and roll the way through. But as always, I'm your big host. It is Sleepy.
What's going on, y'all? It's your boy Xavier.
And this is Arc Dragoon out.
Hey, everyone, take it easy out there.